Welcome to Founder Accelerator. Quick story to begin with. It was March 2016. We're doing $10 million a year in revenues. We had the largest Groupon competitor. We had just bought two of the largest competitors in the country. We bumped our employees from 80 to 150. And I arrived to the office and my co-founder tells me, hey, we have bad news. Our IPs have been banned. So we may lose 50% of our revenues almost overnight. That will put us on a $1.5 million loss in the next quarter, which we cannot support and we don't have the funds. So we're kind of screwed. Over the next 9 months and our worst professional year in our whole lives, we had to downsize 105 people. So terrible layoffs. We didn't have the money. We have to negotiate one by one. We had lawsuits, and you know the drill. And by the way, we both developed tinnitus, which is the ear buzzing, which I'm still hearing right now. That got me to a big realization. Most founders are extremely under-supported. We're all trying to be like Formula One race drivers. And yeah, you want to be the Lewis Hamilton with the Mercedes or Max Verstappen with the Red Bull car, like the best car in the world, the best driver. But what we don't realize is that those high-performing athletes have a team of dozens and maybe hundreds of coaches, mentors, consultants, advisors that are helping them on every single inch in order for them to be able to have all the resources needed to compete at those high stakes. Like the Formula One car needs to do a pit stop every 15 or 30 minutes after driving more than 200 miles per hour, just not only to refill the gas, sometimes to change the tires, change the freaking engine. They have to optimize, update, or change absolutely everything of the car and the driver in order for them to be ready for the next push and the next sprint. And after the aggregation of all those pit stops, all those mechanics, all those advisors, and the driver, they have a chance to win that race, but only with that crazy amount of support. As founders, we want to win that kind of race, and we have almost zero support. We watch videos, we maybe go to an entrepreneurs network, and maybe we have a therapist, or maybe we work with one coach. But we want to compete in the Super Bowl. No wonder we're so burnt out and so friggin' alone. You know what? After more than 2 decades of being in business, I've discovered that most of the times, especially when you're doing less than $10 or $20 million a year in revenues, you may think that you have a strategy problem, a sales team problem, HR problem, or cash flow strategy problem. But every single time, the founder is the bottleneck. We are the bottlenecks. You are the bottleneck. And that's why I'm so obsessed about founders. And what I've discovered is that the reason why it's so difficult to grow sustainably is because there are 12 hidden viruses potentially in your company that we're not aware of. These viruses are slowing down your growth. They have an incubation period, so they have been building and getting worse and worse, and we're just not being able to see them. After working with hundreds of founders, I've identified the 12 critical blocks, aka viruses, that can infect a company and destroy their growth. The great news is that in only 16 weeks, we will remove those viruses together so you can scale faster with absolute clarity. The thesis here is you're a high-performing founder, you've grown your company past X million dollars a year in revenues, so what stopped? What happened? The reality is that you're not seeing that you have multiple of these 12 viruses, and that's what's stopping your growth. You don't need a complex strategy to grow. You need a simple and concise, integrated strategy that works long-term. And that's what we will be focusing on. Nice thing is that this time, you don't need to figure everything by yourself. You can rely on a team of experts that can help you along the way, side by side, so that you don't have to carry all the weight on your shoulders. Imagine in 6 weeks from now that you would have a business that runs effectively and efficiently without you being the bottleneck, a crystal clear strategy for the next 12 months to scale without second guessing, a strong team that moves with you, not behind you, a solid execution plan to actually delegate, because we know that we want to delegate, but then we fail over and over every single day. And most importantly, gaining back your precious time instead of handling all the operative and admin tasks every single day, so you can put your full focus on growing your business instead of working in the business. And we're not talking theory here. We're talking about a real transformation. The only thing that I care is results. I don't care about theory, about courses, about books. The only thing that matters as founders is the results that we get out of our implementation strategy. I've helped founders like Juan Hermano double their monthly revenue in just 3 months by building a recurring revenue model that attracts high-quality clients. How? By liberating him from most of the admin tasks. He knows, or he knew how to grow. The problem that we had is that he wasn't focusing on that because he was handling the business. We focus on you as the visionary, but also we tackle your blind spots. Now, I know that you may be thinking, I tried it all before. I had some other coaches. I went to masterminds. I read books, but nothing really sticks. So why is this different? Let me introduce myself. I'm Ignacio Carcavallo. I've been scaling companies for 20 years. I had 3.5 years of corporate experience back in Anheuser-Busch. Then we got investment from Switzerland and Germany. We launched the Click-On Group that ended up in 5 companies, over 9 years of execution, $65 million sold, 3 M&As, 150 people in our company, 20,000 merchants and 3 million coupons sold. Then we sold the company. We exited the company in 2019. The year before, I was traveling around the world to find inspiration for a new project. I launched Treevotion, that is a social enterprise. Plants trees around the world through bracelets sold to retail. We sold in 60 countries. We planted 60,000 trees. I moved to Bali with my fiancé to be closer to the plantations. COVID hit. We lost 90% of sales. Back in 2013, I had co-founded the Entrepreneurs Organization, the Argentinian branch. And I realized that most founders, especially high-performing founders, are crippling in stress and extremely under-supported. So for the past years here in Los Angeles, I've been developing Founder Accelerator. I've coached hundreds of founders to help them scale with absolute clarity, with extreme obsession about results, and especially with the right support. Up to now, you may be wondering, so what's the system behind this scaling strategy? First, we identify and then remove which of the 12 scaling viruses are you experiencing. We have 4 in strategy, 4 in people, and 4 in founder. So together, we will be talking about strategy in terms of product over diversification, sales and marketing channel over diversification, lack of crystal clear smart goals for 12 years, 3 years, 1 year, 4 quarters, month, and weekly sprints, and also an inefficient business model or cash flow configuration. In terms of people, we will be talking about the lack of the perfect combo between the visionary and integrator, the lack of world-class HR strategy for hiring A players and also retain them, all the co-founders and investors misalignment and conflicts unresolved, having tough conversations that create a snowball effect. And also as a founder, as a visionary founder, the struggle to delegate, the Zeus complex, as we like to call it, which you become the founder bottleneck. In terms of the founder, we will address the imposter syndrome, the overstress and lack of high-performance routine for a healthy and sustainable growth, the lack of laser focus, the lack of time management, and especially the extreme lack of support that creates slower execution and eventually burnout. Now, could you figure all this out on your own? Sure, if you want to spend the next 5 years burning through cash and energy. The reality is that most founders can't even see their own blind spots, let alone remove them. That's why 9 out of 10 startups fail. So why does this program work so well and we have so many testimonials? Well, the main difference is that we're very focused on live support, one-on-one or small groups, 2, 3, or 4 times a month. We're going to do strategic sessions that we will work specifically on your company goals, on your company blocks, and understand what happens week after week of implementation, what worked, what didn't work, where did you get stuck, in order to integrate that feedback, iterate, and get to the next sprint with the updated plan. Because of course, the thing with high-performing founders is that you have the goal clear and the path is pretty clear. Like nobody stops you. You're an A player. But why are we failing or are we going slower than we wanted? Because we get stuck. We get blocked. We don't know what to do. Or it's just too much on our shoulders. That's why we believe that support, real life support, one-on-one, direct, almost 24/7, is a key to help you unlock on each stage, so that every time that there's a block in the path, we clear it, and then you can go do what you know you can do. And we have so many testimonials that we can share with by founders like Joshua Orbash, who was in a confusing post-exit period after selling swag.com, trusted me to help him understand the hidden challenges that he was facing and to create a framework to grow his new business. Or like Matthias Pellegrini, co-founder of Sancho Motors, said, our business is much more effective than 4 months ago. Now we have a clear plan for the company's growth. Or what Elias Citon said, founder of Lemon Basil Logistics, Founder Accelerator helped me break my mental limitations and reach new heights in my business. We've been able to double our business revenue and getting back my visionary time in order to focus on the company's growth instead of operations. So this is where Founder Accelerator comes in. In just 16 weeks, We will rapidly diagnose and remove all those hidden viruses, giving you the clarity and strategy to scale faster than you ever imagined. If you're done building alone, like a lonely wolf, tired of wearing all the hats in the company, carrying all the weight of your business on your shoulders, the sleepless nights, the constant worry, it's time to change that. So, if you want to scale your business with absolute clarity, customized solutions, and the right support, click on the link below. Let's schedule a free acceleration call and let's make your business scaling inevitable. This is the time to change the course of your business. Don't miss out.